Least favorite, if that's where you're going with it.
Probably Massachusetts.
Ooh. Okay, number 5.
Connecticut.
Massachusetts below Connecticut is probably the hottest take this podcast has ever seen.
Yep. From Maine's cold coast to Connecticut pride, Vermont's green hills take it all in stride. Massachusetts traffic we grip and we grind with a Dunkin' iced coffee and no peace of mind. So New England stands up proud. Chowder thick, we shout it loud. From Fenway Chance to Rhode Island tide, New Hampshire's cry, live free or die. So New England with Ian Brownhill.
Good friggin' morning from New England, folks. Welcome back to episode 64 of the So New England podcast. I'm your host, Ian Brownhill, joined by my co-host, RJ Travisano. All things life's better in New England. So New England podcast producer, Vinny G, behind the lens, taking care of everything we need. And once again, we've got a wonderful guest for you today. So tune in, folks. And RJ, why don't you tell us who we have?
It's been quite some time since we've had a first on the So New England pod, but here we are. At episode 64, our guest joins us holding it down for good old little Rhodey. And you know just how we feel about our brothers and sisters from our home state. Normally, I'd write something a little bit more fancy, but the more I thought about it, the only true way to introduce our guest today is this. Ladies and gentlemen, listeners and viewers of the So New England pod, start your engines! Holding it down for the 401 NASCAR racer, Tyler Tomassi!
Tyler, I'm so sorry about that. I did not know this was going to do. Had I known that, I would have apologized in advance.
Bruce Buffer, eat your heart out. All right, into the pod. Sorry.
Amazing. Tyler, thank you for making the trip up. I know how South County folks can be about making the trip all the way up to Providence. So I know it was like a day trip for you,
Yeah.
but I appreciate you coming out.
No problem. Thanks for having me.
Yeah, of course. All right, man, let's dive into it. NASCAR driver.
Yeah.
How the hell did that happen? From Rhode Island.
Yeah.
I mean, listen, we're not world-class drivers around here. So to be a NASCAR driver, you have to have some sort of skill set that we are all missing here in Rhode Island. I'd love to hear where you got it.
Well, it might have been the bad drivers in Rhode Island that helped me get so good. But no, I started back in 2017 when I was younger over at Seekonk Speedway, which I think is like 15 minutes from here, maybe an hour with traffic.
Yeah.
But,
Yeah, we're going over the Washington Bridge, pal. That's going to take a little bit more than 15.
Yeah. So it started there when I was like 13, 14-ish. And then I ran these little cars called bandoleros. They're just small. They're like the speed of a go-kart, but they're shaped like a car, but they're like miniature cars. So I drove those for 2 years. And then I jumped to late models in 2019. So I think I was like 15 years old in like a full body stock car.
Oh, shit.
So before I even had my driver's license. So, which was kind of crazy. I was the only kid in school, like a freshman in high school. And I'm over here like, yeah, I drive race cars. But so
that's awesome.
Did that at Seekonk for a little bit. And then I started running some tour racing, American Canadian Tour, which is a late model tour that runs all across kind of mainly New England and Canada. They call it American Canadian, but it only really stays in New England and Canada. So it should be the New England Canadian Tour. But so I did that for a little bit. And then after that, kind of dabbling between the tour and running at Seekonk. Then we started in 2024. I was done with racing. Like I felt stuck. For the last, it was from 2019 to 2023, just kind of running late model stuff, just kind of stuck in the same bubble, kind of get bored of it after a while. So beginning of 2024, I was like, nope, I'm done racing because we're stuck here. So, and then some things came together. My girlfriend didn't want me to quit racing. So she went and reached out to some teams for me and stuff. And then some connections came together. And then, we both drove down to North Carolina without telling my parents, all the way to North Carolina, met with Reum Racing. And he took a chance on me, Josh. And, we signed a deal and I had a race in Indianapolis and, because we had a trip at South Carolina that weekend because we were racing a one-off late model race in South Carolina. So I drive to the hotel. And I tell my dad, I don't know how to tell you this, but because he thought I just came from Rhode Island. Like we took like a detour. I was like, yeah, we went to North Carolina to go sign a deal with a NASCAR team. So that's how that all came together. And then what was supposed to be a one-off race ended up turned into, I think at this point, like 15, because that was July 2024. So like a year and a half ago.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
And did other people in your family race? Like, where did the inspiration for racing come from for you?
No, I don't even know sometimes. No,
Because you can only have like 3 roads in West Greenwich. So I'm trying to figure out where you would have been driving and getting into this.
I mean, so I had like a goat cart that would drive around my backyard, but I know some people are like, since I was a little kid, I had a dream. Be completely honest with you, I didn't even know what NASCAR was, anything about racing until the first time I raced, until I literally sat in something. Because in 2016, to back the story up a little bit, we went to Seekonk just to watch, like, with nothing to do. We saw like it was some cool place, and we watched the cars race, and I didn't think anything of it. And I guess my dad got in contact with somebody who said, kids can get into it. So I think it was like March, and he was like, oh, I got like this surprise for you. And it's just that Bandolero. And then I had to like do research on racing. And then I was just thrown into
Honestly,
it.
that's kind of like a cooler story, because
Yeah.
it's like, how often do you hear these cool success stories where people are like, it kind of just happened.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Versus someone that's like, I've spent my whole life doing it, because it kind of just shows the uniqueness and the adaptability of your skill set into what you're doing. Now, kind of walk me through, because I am very like naive and unaware of anything in the NASCAR world. I have gone up to the New Hampshire Motor Speedway and done like the test where they like let, guests come in and use a NASCAR and drive. And that was a shit ton of fun. Way too fast for me, but fun. And I'm still just kind of unaware of like, when you say like late model, is that like the type of car? Is that the type of racing? So
Yeah.
walk me through like your racing specifically and what you do.
So the late model stuff was stuff that races at Seekonk. It's like amateur racing, but it's full size cars. Like they're real deal race cars, but you're not on TV or racing for huge money. So it was just kind of like a amateur series. What I'm in now, in 2024, I made my ARCA Menard series debut and my truck series debut in the same day. So basically NASCAR has like 4 tiers. It's ARCA, trucks, Xfinity, and Cup. So,
Okay.
and I race ARCA, trucks, and Xfinity. So
And is Cup the biggest one?
Cup's on
That's
top.
like,
yeah, but all
the
4,
bigger names that you kind of see on the mainstream.
yeah, but all 4 of them race on the same weekend or on TV.
Gotcha.
So-
Okay.
And like, trucks and Xfinity, I mean, the Cup guys, it's not like other sports where people stay in their league. Like you run a truck race, like I'm racing with Kyle Larson and stuff and Kyle Busch. Like they come
that's
down,
cool.
Oh, wow.
they come down and they run those series. So it's a little different. Like, cause F1, you wouldn't see that stuff, but like
Oh God, no.
people will make careers in Xfinity and trucks. Like they're all professional series. Like they're not like amateurs. Like they might be lower, but it's just like, it's different.
Yeah.
So
And what is the difference between? Is it like the cars themselves? Like why the different tiers and why the different types of racing?
yeah, I guess the different tiers, the idea of it is to have a ladder system.
Gotcha.
But,
Okay. I figured that's what it
yeah.
was, but it seems like there's different vehicles being used, which
Yeah.
I'm imagining means different motors, different types of tools, different racing outcomes. Like, is there like the same standardized qualifications or the same amount of laps and the same amount of breaks you can take? Like, or does it change each tier?
So, I mean, usually ARCA's the shortest race of the weekend.
Gotcha. Okay.
And then trucks second. It kind of goes in the order you would assume. But the trucks obviously are different because they're just, I always tell people like, what's it like racing a truck? I'm like, listen, it's a race car with a flatbed. It's not a truck.
Yeah.
Like it's shaped like a truck, but it has a roll cage and it's low to the ground. And like, I can promise you it drives nothing like a truck on the road. But, so honestly, there used to not be such a big difference like between Xfinity and Cup. Now they changed the cars, the next gen cars. Now they got independent rear suspension and all this stuff. So the gap between Xfinity, which is just your average stock car, is to a Cup is a little different. But it's honestly all kind of the same thing. Like it's just, Cup Series is Cup Series. And then Xfinity is, I guess, technically lower than it, even though the Xfinity cars are literally faster than the Cup cars. So like,
Very fascinating.
yeah.
And how many laps do you do?
So in trucks, like I'll just use Bristol, for example. ARCA will run like 150, trucks 250, Xfinity 350, Cup 500. It's a bit of a jump.
And how long does that take to complete?
like Xfinity can take like 2.5 hours, and
Jesus. And you're behind
it's a long 2.5 hours.
Yeah. Oh, I can only imagine.
And how many breaks do you take in that? Because like obviously your breaks are really only to gas up and like change things like.
So I guess
it
just depends on the track and like tire wear. Like, Talladega this past weekend, I mean, we only did 85 laps, but that's also because the track's 2.6 miles. So like laps will definitely, I guess a better way to describe it is they try to hit a miles. Like Xfinity races are usually like 250-mile races. So
gotcha.
If it's a 2.5 mile racetrack, we're not going to do 250 laps.
Oh my God. Yeah, that's insane.
Crazy.
But
700 miles.
Yeah. They should try it at least once.
Yeah, just to see.
Yeah.
But
well, they do that in every other sport. Like they got ultra marathons and
right. You got to like do the extreme, the most extreme version.
Yeah.
Or they could just drive from Rhode Island to Florida.
That's true.
I've done that. Plenty of times.
Yeah.
Yeah. But no, it's so we have stage breaks, which basically it's they kind of split it up into threes, kind of like it will be evenly split stage 1, stage 2, but usually stage 3 is like double. So basically at the end of stage 2 you're halfway, and then stage 3 is basically the rest of the half of the race, if that makes sense. The stage breaks is basically they just throw caution at the end, and then you just go down pit road and change tires, and then there's no break because you're still sitting in that hot car burning your butt off while you're actually under yellow's worse because when you're racing, you're focused. But when it's, ARCA has breaks. Like ARCA will stop you on pit road halfway and give you a 5-minute break and you'll sit in your car, which is terrible because you're just sitting there baking alive. I'd rather just be going than just stopping.
Yeah.
But so we guess we kind of get a break, but not really.
What would you say was the hardest thing to learn growing up?
Probably learning how to like use, save, or spend money.
You legit worked in banking, did you not?
You're welcome.
Are you still with Dime Bank or are you to Hollywood now?
Okay, rude, but yes, I am.
Imagine your followers finding out you're with a Connecticut-based bank.
Okay, first of all, they have a branch in Wesley, Rhode Island, which is where we grew up. So really that's brownie points because I'm sticking to my roots. Second, I think everyone would appreciate that I'm with a bank that knows and understands their community. Their tagline is legit. Community banking lives here.
Hey, I'm not asking you to sell me on it. I've been banking with them for years, and they know me on a first-name basis. I'm just saying I'm surprised is all. I can see the headlines now. Mr. Anti-Connecticut actually banks with local community bank?
Okay, you know what? Follow along with me here. They're FDIC insured, equal housing lenders, wicked friendly. They take care of all my personal needs, have expansive products to help all my businesses, offer lending across the board, merchant services. What more could I possibly want or need? And you know that I secretly like Connecticut, so.
Oh, I hope you heard that, folks. Dime Bank is the reason Ian loves Connecticut.
Okay, you're ridiculous. Funny story, though. You know how they have like the mobile app with like banking, Lifesaver, you can do all the deposits. Have you tried to teach your mom how to do the mobile deposit
No.
yet? I was teaching my mom how to do it, and she takes a selfie instead of the check. Visit dimebank.com to learn more. Okay, so then this is so fascinating because I'm just I keep calling back to that New Hampshire time that I was on the Speedway and I was in the car for maybe 3 laps and how uncomfortable it is in that chair because it's just like a steel. I'm just like stuck and you can't move and your arms are pinned like this.
Mm-hmm.
So what is that like on the mental psyche? Like, do you practice something or do you do something specific to like get yourself ready for a race to be able to like stay still and focus? Also, what do you do to go to the bathroom?
Good. I've never.
TMI. We'll just leave it at that.
It just doesn't happen because it's just so hot in the car.
Just sweat it all out?
Yeah. Basically.
That makes sense.
So I would definitely shit myself.
Yeah.
I'm just going to put that out there. If I was an NASCAR driver, I'd be the first one to poop my pants.
Listen, I'm really pee shy. So when I get to the racetrack, I cannot go to the bathroom. I will go the entire day without going to the bathroom. And I'll be having electrolytes, obviously, because it's super hot out.
Right.
And like, I've only had to go to pee once, and it was during an autograph session. And it was 5 minutes in. And I was like, uh-oh. And I got an hour left of the autograph session.
Oh, no.
The only time.
I have the bladder of an infant. I could never. Once crazy. I have to go, I have to go. You have 30 seconds before I start peeing my pants.
It's like when we were talking to Camilla about doing the live action, what's the game? Squid Games.
Yeah.
She was talking about, it was like very similar concept, but like she couldn't move because they had to get all these shots and blah, blah, blah. And we were sitting here like, I'm going to pee myself. I'm gonna have pee
No
running
chance.
down my leg in all those shots.
No chance.
And it's no different. Like I can only imagine. I mean, I guess it makes sense if you're in the car, you're sweating, you got the suit on, and you're probably 20, 30 degrees hotter on maybe more.
It's way hotter than that in those cars.
Oh my God.
We've had like thermometers in the car, and if it's 95 out, 90 out, it's gonna be 140 in the car.
Oof.
Like it's bad because we run, especially at Talladega, we run side windows, so no air. Remember, these things are made to be aerodynamic, so you don't want air coming into the car.
Right.
So you're just baking alive. Like people think, oh, you get airflow. Nope, it's
That
none.
makes sense why you never see like racers that are kind of like, no offense, but they're never fat.
Yeah. I'm telling you, when you sit in this seat, like
Yeah.
I felt I could not move.
Yeah, so
you would be screwed because you have the shoulders of Hercules.
So we get custom seats.
Oh,
So
yeah.
like
Gotcha.
obviously like we're pretty comfortable as you can be, I guess, and be safe. Like we get carbon fiber seats. Like we'll sit in a seat like this, and they'll come like they'll pour a seat like kind of foam pours like pours on-
around you.
Yeah.
And stuff.
So like you can't move, but it's not like you're trying to fit in something you can't fit in. It's tight because it's literally can only fit to you.
Gotcha. Interesting. Okay, that's actually
so-
really cool.
It's comfortable for what it is. It just gets really hot in the car, and then the biggest thing with these long races is just pacing yourself. You can't get too excited in the beginning. Like if your heart rate's through the roof on lap 5, good luck because you're not making it.
Yeah. Do people just fall out of the race because of that? Because they're just too hot and
No.
they can't do it? They quit or?
No, I mean it happens sometimes, but honestly, not really. Like when you get in a race car, it's weird. It's like you know that you're overheating, but like there's so much adrenaline that it's really hard to stop, no matter how sick you feel.
Yeah.
But it usually hits you as soon as the race is over. You realize, oh, I'm in trouble. Like I'm not feeling too good
Yeah.
right now because it's
People
just
just pass out the minute they get done.
yeah, because it's just there's just so much like it's
It's a lot at
You
stake
don't-
each race.
yeah, like you're not gonna die in a race car, but it feels like life or death out there, right? So like you're just like trying not to crash. You're going like 200. There's
Right.
other things on your mind. But the races are long. Like my debut weekend when I made my debut, I was supposed to just do the truck race, but then I decided to do the ARCA race. So I went from running 30 lap late model races at Seekonk to running 2 races in one day. So I did 400 laps in the Indiana sun, which was terrible.
Now, okay, I want to go back because I kind of jumped over your question. But before we get there, how do you not get fucking dizzy, dude? Like
Well,
if I spin once, I would get dizzy. You're telling me for 400 laps, you went one direction.
yeah, it's
When you get out of the car, do you just start doing circles the other direction to balance yourself back out?
you can get nauseous, and it's a different type of nauseous. Like,
yeah, like what the hell?
it isn't dizzy, but like if you go Bristol, for example, Bristol has 36 degrees of banking. It's a half mile.
What the 36 degrees is
So
insane.
it's a half mile, but you're turning 15-second lap times
right.
around a half mile.
So you're just
so-
constantly.
But the thing, when I first went there, like I've been to, Indianapolis, these tracks that are flat and kind of, they're small, some of them, but like reasonable lap times for the size, like
Yeah.
20 seconds or whatever. But you go to Bristol, the banking and the G-force is like, you don't realize it on TV. Like you think, oh, the banking, like it makes the car easier to drive, whatever. But the G-force, like when you're going around a half mile at 15 seconds, like your corner center, like you're going 150 down the straightaway, but through the center of the corner, you're going 112
Right.
with all that banking. So you get in the corner, you cannot breathe. Like if you forget to breathe down the straightaway, you're done. Like
Oh,
you go down the straightaway, you go, then you go back in the corner. And it's
oh
just,
my God.
that place is brutal. Like, and it goes by quick. Like it's a quick 250 laps, but it's like your heart rate's through the roof. You got people running the top, bottom, everywhere. It's just, that place it's the best racetrack in the world, but it's also, if you're having a bad day there, it's a bad day.
I'm going to be honest with you. This sounds like the Thurber's Ave curve. It does not sound anything different to me. The way that you're talking about the embankment and people left, right, center, all over the place. I'm just looking at all of those scratches on the side of the wall there. I'm thinking this is Talladega right now. This is what this is.
That's probably why you're going to be so good at this. Cause
All right. But I do want to back up and talk about your like pre-race, like routine. What do you have to do to get yourself mentally prepared for something like that?
Well, usually it starts like obviously well before a race. I mean, like I work out and stuff, but we do a lot of cardio stuff. Like I got no muscles. Like I mean, it's funny, guys with muscles, they struggle. Like I think it's like maybe they get pump or whatever, but
yeah, that's probably why I can't.
but
same.
Same.
it's just all like running, or actually I don't like to run, so I just do bike stuff. But and obviously you do upper body strength to an extent, but it's mainly the biggest thing, the absolute biggest thing. I don't care how much you work out, is hydration. Like at the end of the day, you could be the most toughest person ever. If you don't drink enough water before you go sit in a 150-degree car for 3 hours, you're not going to make it.
This is why I'm getting so confused, because you're telling me that you're chugging water, but you're not peeing for 2.5 hours.
Well, that's just me. The other guys,
the G-forces alone would just pull it right out.
I was going to pay.
So for the people who aren't like you, do they just pee in their suit? Is that what you do?
I'm saying at the racetrack, people go to the bathroom before. I don't know. Honestly, I just don't.
I wonder if you could just do like a catheter or some sort of tube to just
I mean, if you're sweating that much, unless you have to pee and then you get in the car knowing you have to pee.
Yeah.
But then, I don't know.
I was in the sauna for 25 minutes this morning and I got out to go pee and then went back in.
Yeah. This is a whole nother level hot.
Yeah. That's about, you're thinking like 105, 110. This is 150.
It's also, I think too, I think it's a mental thing. I just think it's because the adrenaline's so high that your body just doesn't think to itself about it.
100%. Ooh.
So,
sorry.
Yeah, it's just, I can't describe to you how hot it gets in the cars. Now, some people run cool suits, which...
That's what I was going to ask. So we have to cool down in some capacity.
Yeah, so some people run, cool suits, which is just a suit that's underneath their fire suit that has, tubes and it runs water through it. They're really expensive. So, I don't have one, but I just suffer. But sometimes if they break, it circulates water, but sometimes they break, and then the water sits there and boils. So that's if it breaks, now you're
now you're a cooked egg.
Yeah. But all I have and what most guys have is just, we get in there, we have nothing besides we have the fireproof underwear and shirt plus your fire suit and helmet. So that's what people don't realize. We're wearing double layers of stuff. And then you get the helmet, but in the back of the helmet we have this little air hose thing that hooks up, and it basically all it does is take air from the outside and blow it in through your helmet.
Oh, okay, cool. All right.
So it's still hot air, but the problem is everybody has that helmet blower, everybody, because you almost have to, because if you have stagnant air and it's just sitting in there, it's really bad. So it's still, you don't realize when you're racing. Sometimes I shut it off under yellow and then turn it back on to mentally relieve myself. This is what it's like without it. This is what it's like with it.
Yeah.
Because it gets so hot in the car.
Yeah.
But no, it definitely helps. But you really don't notice it though, because it's blowing hot air.
Yeah.
But
hot, very gassy, fumey air.
No, because it's out. It's coming. It's sucking air from the side window, so it's taking air from outside. It's nowhere near.
Okay.
And it's through a filter, so it's fine. It's just
gotcha.
Yep.
And
science.
Yeah.
Not my forte.
Yeah, we're gonna put it right near the exhaust and have it come right in.
Just thinking about all the fumes that just get
that's
left
what I was
behind. Your
thinking,
car's
too.
just sucking it in.
Well, that's the whole reason for it, because if you don't have it, the stagnant air is fumes and all that stuff.
Right.
And
Is there a
bad.
filter?
I think so. Honestly, I don't know exactly how it works.
We
but
hope so, for your sake.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We'll say
I would assume so. But sometimes though, if there's dust or something, I've had dust go through it and it gets in your eyes, which isn't great.
Oh,
but
imagine being in that. Oh my God.
But
200 miles an hour, dust in your face, 140 degrees. You haven't peed in 4 hours. You got vertigo going on, but hey, what's a little sand in the eyes?
Yeah,
no biggie.
That's the best description of how it feels to race.
Remind me again why you signed up for this. You didn't. Your dad did.
Yeah. No, I love it. I will admit I like night races. Day races, there is some races where it is 90 out and it's hot in the car and you're racing. You're is this even any fun?
Yeah.
But no, it is fun. You're at the end of the day, you're going fast, so you get distractions.
Gotcha.
That's cool.
Now, you are the first person, I believe, in 25 years, right?
Yeah.
To be out of Rhode Island?
Yeah, but we tried to look into that and it didn't say the guy was born in Rhode Island.
All right,
so,
and you have been. So
yeah.
you're the first ever NASCAR driver from Rhode Island.
Maybe.
We're gonna put an official So New England stamp on that bitch right now.
There we go.
Yeah, brother.
Now, how does that make you feel? Is that a cool accomplishment?
Yeah, no, pretty cool. I remember wanting to get into NASCAR, being oh, well, what's the odds? I remember one of the reasons thinking I wouldn't get in is because I was nobody from Rhode Island. Not that somebody would really care from a race team, but more of just what's the odds? No, it's cool. Yeah, definitely. It's crazy that there isn't. There's guys that race at Seekonk that are from Rhode Island, but
yeah,
it's hard to get into the NASCAR ranks.
Well, you got to think 95, depending on where you are, it feels like NASCAR. So we are all technically NASCAR drivers. It's just taking
Definitely.
that next step.
It's qualifier.
Yeah.
it's like a
Especially, I mean,
qualifier.
we're about a month or two away from our official qualifier, which is known as winter.
Oh, yep.
Once winter hits, that icy road, I
Yeah.
don't know. What is it? What's the name of your company that's your sponsor? The What Bros?
Oh no, this is one. So I jump from team to team. Like I don't.
Okay,
I'm
gotcha.
part time. So this is just one of the teams that I race for. Reno
Okay.
Bros race, and I've raced for them a couple times this year. But I mean, I have a different sponsor every race. So.
Gotcha. Well, I'm just saying they might be hitting us up in January once they see what we can do.
Oh yeah.
And that,
Well, you should see what happens in North Carolina if it snows. It's a disaster.
Yeah.
Oh my
With
God,
just
yeah, they
ice
have
on
no
the
idea
road.
what to do.
Yeah.
Yeah.
'Cause they
No
don't have
insulation in
anything.
their
Yeah, they don't
homes,
have
no
nothing.
snow tires. They're screwed.
People crashing everywhere. Like
Oh,
it's bad. I remember I had like a meeting with somebody and like on the phone, and then they got like a little ice coating, and it was like, oh nope, the whole state shut down.
Yeah.
It's so funny. That's crazy. Well, I say funny, but it is kind of scary because I remember when Texas got snow like 2 years ago, which I didn't even know was possible.
Fucking polar
Again,
bears.
science, just not my thing. And, you know, unfortunately, like people like passed away because their homes are not designed for it. So
Yeah.
pretty crazy. But anyways, back to you. So when it comes to like New England racing, I know of the New Hampshire Motor Speedway and I know like Seekonk, but are there other places that you go in the New England region? Are there other tracks outside of those?
Well, yeah, we got Lime Rock, which is in Connecticut, which
Okay,
they just
gotcha.
added. And like I said, I race on a part-time kind of like race as sponsorship comes up type deal. So I don't run all the races, but I did run New Hampshire. I think it was September 20th. I was
Nice.
in the New Hampshire truck race. So I've raced there a couple times. I have no luck there. I get crashed every time. So
Really?
yeah, must be the New England drivers. The New England
Shocker.
comes out in everybody.
Everybody.
I know. I'm not going to lie to you here. You're from Rhode Island, and every time you're in a New England race, you crash. So I don't
Yeah.
know.
Hey, New England's
That adds up.
yeah.
Bingo.
Yeah, I don't know if I had a racing team, I wouldn't want any of those guys from Florida.
No.
They're too nice down there. But, yeah, go ahead and go. Go ahead.
Yeah, you're
no,
fine.
I got
Yeah.
somewhere to be.
Yeah.
I need someone from Rhode Island.
He could definitely be a driver. Not a good one, but he
Yeah.
drives like it's NASCAR.
I'd be like the fourth guy on the hockey line. Like you just need to go in there and give the guys a rest, maybe get some penalty minutes, start a fight, get my ass beat, something like that.
No, okay. So you say you crash every time. I was going to ask you about that. Like, talk about this, like the intensity of racing, though.
The intensities, luckily I've only gotten in one crash in NASCAR so far, which
gotcha.
of course came at New Hampshire.
Yep.
So
Live for your dad, baby.
Yep.
That's how it goes.
The intensity of racing, it depends. Like there's some tracks where honestly, like you're kind of just racing yourself, if that makes sense, where you're kind of in control and people are spread out. But you go to a
Gotcha.
place like Talladega, like it's, Talladega is crazy because we got the restrictor plates and it's pack racing. It's such a big track, you never let off the gas. So there isn't really that much skill driving the car wise. So everyone's really tight. So you're like from first to like 30th is within like 1 second of each other. So the whole pack is like this. And that's what we just ran a few weeks ago. And I mean, it's crazy. I mean, I came this close to getting wrecked because, when you're racing the pack, one person crashes, everyone crashes. But like, you're like mid pack, it's hot, you're going 200, everyone's bumper to bumper. And like, I've watched NASCAR on TV and you see like those big crashes and you're out there and you think about it. You're like, wow, those crashes don't sound funny anymore. Cause
Yeah.
that could literally be me.
Right.
But no, it's because the most intense racing you'll ever do is at Talladega or Daytona because of the pack racing where you literally have no idea what's about to happen. I say it's like playing slot machines at 200 miles an hour. It's all luck at those places. It's the most luck-based racing you'll ever do. And it's just any second, you're just waiting to see one person get turned and then all hell break loose. And then, you're upside down or something happens. Luckily, there was a crash in front of me. I missed it by an inch. I didn't get wrecked. But we were running in the top 10 there and it's crazy. It's intense. So that's
I was gonna say
yeah.
I feel like if you're in that, unless you're in the front, how do you like get out of the pack? Because it's not like you throw the blinker.
Yeah, I don't understand
You
it at
just-
all. Why
yeah,
not
why-
can't you just go faster
that-
around them?
Not those.
Are there
places.
rules against that?
But I mean, there's regulations, like everyone has to have the same stuff. But when you go to like short tracks or other tracks where you have to lift, use brake, maybe road courses where you shift, there's skill. So like
Oh, of course,
guys will get gaps on each other. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like
Yeah.
we'll be spread out. Talladega, you literally hold it flat to the floor. You never let off the gas. So basically, I'm not saying anybody can get around there, but like I would say put it in fourth gear and hold it flat to the floor and just don't fly off the track. You're not going anywhere. So like, you can't get away if you get in the lead with the draft too, because we punch such a big hole in the air that like when you get in the lead, as soon as you get in the lead, now all of a sudden you have all this drag on your car and everybody behind you sucks right back up to you. The guy in second will always be faster at a super speedway because you're punching a hole through the air for them. So they suck right up. And then as soon as they go around you, now they're the one with all the air in front of them and then they fall. So
it's kind of like
this chaos.
So that's where like that kind of like shotgun situation where you kind of wait for your moment. And then, but that's why I guess I'm so confused by that. I know it's always like when you're on the straightaway, you're on the outside. When you're on the turn, you're on the inside, right?
Yeah, not Talladega, though. You stay right around the yellow line the whole time.
The whole time.
Yeah, but not like, I mean, you can make the outside work if you have help with you, but I mean, the slingshot move and all that, it sounds cool, but what happens is you get a huge run and you move out of line. And as soon as you move out of line, it's like you get a parachute because now
it really makes that much of a difference.
Yeah, because
wow, that's actually really cool.
When we qualify, we do single car qualifying. We're a good 10 miles an hour slower outside the draft, 10 to 15 miles an hour faster in the draft.
Wow.
Because the energy of the pack, you have 40 cars punching a huge hole through the air. So the energy of the pack just carries everyone.
So everyone's almost kind of like jousting in their position to get like right in the middle the entire time, right?
Honestly, with those tracks, you almost get gridlocked because like I said, there isn't a skill difference. And also if you're leading, it's almost a disadvantage because you got air on your nose and you're just going slower. So it's just what it creates is a pack where people are going back and forth. People lose patience, try to make moves, and then they cause a huge crash. So that's why those places are very intense because you just can't get away from anybody.
Yeah.
So do you have to qualify for your starting position?
Yes.
So in that kind of race, would it be better to focus on like a top 5, top 10 spot to start? Because you're going to be there.
Yeah.
95% of the race.
So the thing about super speedway racing is that there's games you can play. There's some guys who will purposely drop to the back just so that they don't want to be in the pack in the beginning because they want everyone. Sometimes you just bail, let those guys go race, let them have the huge crash that they always have. Because when they crash, they take like 15, 20 people with them. And then you go up and race at the end. It's a long race. So you got to play that game of be smart. You don't want to be up there and get crashed on lap 4 of 85. Because what do you gain by leading lap 4?
Yeah.
But at the same
that makes sense.
Yeah, I guess.
Smart,
this is fascinating.
But
the strategy behind it.
Super speed, you play games like that at all racetracks, but super speedway racing, like I said, it's a completely different skill. It's the only type of racing where you could fall back to 35th and then be first 5 laps later because it's just so much chaos. You can't do that other places. But for qualifying, sometimes we're only allowed to have 36 trucks start the race. So if there's 38, 40, they'll send people home. So you have to qualify. You just have to be top whatever. Like they'll send like 4 people home. But with that being said, if you want to go fast at a super speedway in qualifying, you have to trim your car out. Less downforce. Because you remember, you qualify by yourself, nobody around you. So there's no draft. So you trim the car out. You have less.
Remove parts and remove.
No,
items,
just like just lower it. Just trim it out. That's what we mean by that. Just get the spoiler down so there's less drag. You just don't want drag. So it goes really fast in a straight line. The problem is, though, is if you qualify really good at super speedways, usually your car's going to handle really bad in the pack because now you have no downforce. So when you're around people, you're going to be squirrely. Your car's going to kind of sway back and forth. If you qualify mid-pack, but if you want your car to handle really good, you're probably going to qualify like mid-pack, like 20th, but you're going to drive really good in the race. So that's like a weird balance.
So it's almost like a strategy too, where you want to start. What is I'm curious, maybe you could look this up statistically, but I'm curious to know what the statistics are of people who start first in the race and how often they finish first.
Well, for Talladega, the winners statistically come from the 20s for qualifying.
Gotcha. How many total cars in the Talladega?
36. For 36 for trucks, 38 for Xfinity, 40 for Cup.
Damn.
So, I mean, it's kind of a difference, but not really.
Yeah.
But, most winners come from the 20s because their cars handle good. But if you handle good, that means you have a lot of downforce, which means you're going to be slow when you're by yourself because you're going to be just dragging.
That's so crazy. I would have never thought of that. I've always wondered, I was like, why do they just stay together? Why isn't anyone just flooring it on the outside?
Yeah. I mean, now when you go to road courses, you go to tracks where you lift, shift, do whatever. That's when you see guys. That's where the skill shows.
Right.
That's where you'll have a guy who has a 17-second lead. But nope, Talladega, good luck. Doesn't matter who you are. You're not getting away and you're going to be in the chaos. The only way to get away is by dropping all the way back and letting them drive away.
Yeah.
So, but yeah. So
is there
That's
like
insane.
a particular, do you have this stat? Okay.
you got to look up super speedways because I know when you go to short tracks or road courses, the winners will come from obviously up front
Gotcha.
at that point. The super speedway racing, I don't know if I already said it, but I don't know how to describe it. It is completely different than any type of racing on the entire earth. Like you could be the best super speedway racer and suck everywhere else. You could be the best racer at every track and go to Talladega and suck. Like it's just its own talent and own skill.
No kidding.
It's just
What do you
weird.
think? Which one do you think is harder?
I guess it depends on. I feel like if you're really good at normal racetracks, you're going to hate Talladega because there's going to be guys beating you who would never beat you before. And you can't, it's the easiest track to have a chance to win, but the hardest track to actually win because
Ooh, I like that.
everybody can win at Talladega, but that's what makes it hard. Everybody can win. Now, if you go to a short track and you're a really good driver, well, your chances of winning are really good because there's not many people who can drive the track as good as you. But everybody who's at NASCAR level can more than likely get around Talladega with no issue. So,
Gotcha.
but if you're someone who struggles at the shorter tracks or struggles at those skill-based tracks, I know sounds kind of terrible.
No.
But, Talladega is, of course, going to be better for you because you're more statistically likely. But I mean, you have the winning teams and the underfunded teams love super speedways because it costs money to go fast at those short tracks or at the mile and a halves. You got to spend a lot of money to be able to compete. So if you're somebody with a lower budget like myself, super speedways are fun because I don't have to go spend $1 million to go run top 10. I can just show up and run with the pack and I have just as good as a chance as anybody else. Now, as a driver myself, if you put me in a good car, Talladega is the last place I want to go.
Gotcha.
Because
Okay.
absolute mayhem and you could lead the whole race and get dumped on the last lap and flip over.
Okay. And how does it work as far as like a career is concerned? You guys, I know like the mainstream understanding is there's advertising all over the cars.
Yeah.
Right. And like, obviously you have the movies like Talladega Nights that talks about the sponsorships and all that stuff, but how does it actually work?
Yeah, it's money. Money is the driving factor of racing. You need sponsors to survive. You could be the world's best driver and you'll be out if you don't have sponsors. And you could be the world's worst driver and you'll be in if you have sponsors.
And how do you typically earn sponsorship? Do you
you
have to like front money yourself and go to like the places
So-
like Seekonk and the smaller to kind of
stand.
stand out and get people to sponsor you?
The local levels will always be the hardest to get sponsors for because you don't have the TV side to sell to people.
Right.
Obviously, when you're trying to sell sponsorships, one of the selling points is that you're racing on national television and the fact that it's NASCAR and you're racing in front of whatever. Like Xfinity's always over 1 million viewers.
Right.
So they're always getting a lot of viewers and it's good for selling sponsors. And obviously, Cup Series is probably the easiest to sell sponsors for because it's the Cup Series. But you need money and that's, like next year, I don't know what my plans are because I don't know what my sponsors look like for next year. So that's right now what we're trying to do is we're trying to get Rhode Island companies because we're trying to use the Rhode Island angle, get a bunch of different Rhode Island companies to pitch in and, we'll do a car. And what we mean by that is obviously you sponsor, you're on the car.
Right.
And, be able to go run Daytona or wherever it may be. That's the race that we're more than likely running regardless right now is probably Daytona in February. But, yeah, so we're just trying to do that. We need sponsors because it's just, it costs a lot of money. And then not only it costs a lot of money to get there, and then you get there and then you run 25th and you're like, how do I run with those guys? And then you find out, triple what you're spending.
Right.
So
I just picture a gigantic lemon on the front of his car in
For
2026.
Dell's.
Dells,
That would be pretty
or
cool.
Narragansett beer on the side.
I've been trying to get them. They almost did last year, but maybe we can get them this year.
This year's the year. I can feel.
Yeah.
I can feel it. We're going to manifest it. You have that stat for us?
It said specifically, I looked at Bristol. It said 20%, who've started in the top pole, finish the race also at the top.
Yeah, for Bristol, because that's like a short track.
The short track.
Yeah.
I'm trying to find like the larger one, but
Yeah, if you just look up super speedways, it should like somewhat tell you like.
Chat GPT.
Yeah, sometimes they don't really know. But yeah, no. So we're just trying to put sponsorship together for next year. You can't race without sponsors.
Now, do you win like cash prizes when you finish top 3 at all?
No.
It doesn't do anything for you.
It goes to the team.
It goes to the team.
Yeah,
Gotcha.
the team makes its money off of payouts in the drivers,
Gotcha.
basically. So now, with the bigger teams, like you
Mhm.
see guys like Larson and stuff, usually what happens is if you start racing so much, winning a lot, it's like the team has a car and a sponsor, and then they go find a driver
Yeah.
that the sponsor wants, like one of those type of deals. But there's always one common denominator: is the money has to be coming from somewhere.
right.
So there's no such thing as a free ride. You might be driving it for free, but somebody's paying.
right.
so-
Right.
Yeah. So yeah, we need sponsors.
Fascinating.
And then, you know, when someone sponsors, like if they're the primary, they get the whole car, they get hero cards, merch, they're on the hauler, they're on TV, obviously. And then obviously I have a whole marketing deck that goes into statistics and stuff, which is a lot of stuff. But
yeah.
you know, overall it's just a unique way to showcase your company, you know, rather than just, it's like a 200-mile-per-hour billboard plus, you know, like I tell people, like, yes, you're paying to get your name on the car, but you're really getting it from the off-track stuff. The merch stuff, big time seller in NASCAR, the die cast. You could sponsor one race and your die cast and t-shirts are at every race for eternity. Like
Right.
they just go around and be in a Walmart or something forever. Right. So that's really where you get your money's worth. But yeah, it's a sponsor game. With 40 of the world's best marketers is what you're looking at when you watch NASCAR.
Yeah, seriously. This is all brand new stuff. Holy smokes.
Yeah.
Now, what do you think about like racing movies?
Like,
How do you feel about those? Like, do you feel like they're a good depiction of like what actually happens in the culture at all or no?
honestly, I don't watch too many of them. Maybe Talladega Nights. I went to Talladega and it actually might be accurate. So,
Hey, driver, try these on for size.
yeah, but
Love that movie.
nah, I don't know. I honestly haven't watched too many, but usually it's like, oh, I can't pass this guy. Let me put it in 8th gear and just blow right by him.
Yeah. Fast and Furious.
Yeah. So, no, not really.
Gotcha.
I think if you want to like get a good insider racing, just look at like the documentaries. Those,
Documentaries, okay.
yeah, usually where you're gonna get the most accurate information.
Now, when it comes to like practicing and like getting better, like how does that work? If you don't own these cars, how do you practice? How do you get better? And also as a driver, I don't know how it works with NASCAR. Do you have like favorite drivers that you look up to and get inspired by, or former drivers, anything like that?
So for the practice side of things, so basically with me being part-time and kind of going as I get sponsors, to sum up how it works is I find a sponsor and then I find a team to go race with. I'm not full-time, which means that I don't race with one team. I don't really have a home. I just kind of go with what's open. Or if somebody, for example, like I ran at New Hampshire, the whole reason why I raced at New Hampshire is because Frankie Muniz got hurt. And that's why I ended up driving his car. And then literally the next week I was in another car because in New Hampshire, somebody crashed and got hurt. So I was in their car. So like,
Gotcha. Okay.
you know, like substituting is a way you can do it, or like with sponsors. So I kind of team hop basically is how it's going right now. But yeah,
You're kind of substituting right now. You're in the grind right now.
Yeah.
I respect it. That's a lot to have to undertake and a lot to do, but
yeah,
sounds like you're doing a great job with it.
yeah. What was the original question? I forgot.
So I was asking, first I was kind of asking how you practice.
Oh yeah. That's right. That's where I was going. So this is the part that makes it really hard. Even if you're a full-time driver, you show up to a track you've never been to. NASCAR gives you 25 minutes to practice. You go out and qualify, and then you race. Super speedways, it gets even worse. You show up, you get one lap to qualify. No practice. You show up, get in the car, go out, qualify, and you better hope that you make the race. And then an hour later, you're racing.
Wow.
Um,
That's intense.
So
I really thought you were
that's-
going to say Mario Kart, but
Yeah. Well, so I do have the guys who race full time, they have a lot of, like, for example, this team that I race with sometimes, their full time drivers have Ford support. So like the manufacturer Ford gives them backing and stuff. Part of that is sim time. And you're talking like $250,000, probably even more than that. Huge sim rigs where it's like basically real life. And that's where they test setups, practice, do all that stuff. I haven't been on one of those before, but I'm sure it's great. I use iRacing, which is another simulator. It's basically like that, except it's a cheaper thing and it's online racing. And, you have the wheel and all that. And a lot of drivers use it. It's extremely accurate. During COVID was a great time because that's when NASCAR started actually running races on there on TV on iRacing. But iRacing,
that's actually really cool. Can we do that?
iRacing's legit though. Like, obviously it's hard when you're talking, it's a simulator, but you have the video game aspect of, you have people who can sit there and play it all day. And even me as someone who races in real life struggle to keep up with some people because you got kids that sit on there and like, okay, they're running this race. They know that they're running this race at this track on Thursday. They're going to practice for 17 hours every single day leading up to that race.
Yeah.
So like they're like aliens, like in terms of like, they're like computers, like they just never make a mistake. And they have like, iRacing has their top series called the Coke series, which the winner gets $500,000 for the championship.
Wow.
And in order to make it, you have to get your iRating up, which basically, to get your iRating up, you just run official online races and do good. But the thing is, these kids who are going for it, they're running, as many races in 2 months that I've ran in 5 years on there. Like they're on it 24/7 to make it, which I mean, if you make it and win $500,000 doing that, then I guess it's good. But
it might be worth it. That investment might be worth it for.
But the odds are you're not going to make it. I think you have a better chance of making it in real life NASCAR than you do to that sometimes. You get like anybody can play it. Like you right now. I mean, you should play it.
You said 500,000. I already Amazon ordered all the parts to my house. I got a whole house car waiting for me at the house right now. I'm ready to go.
Yeah, like a sim rig, like a good one's probably like $3,000. You get the wheel. You
$3,000 or $30,000?
No, $3,000.
Okay.
Like a decent one for like someone to play at home. Like you get a good computer, you get a good wheel, good pedals. Obviously there's people who spend. The best is like the people who like post like, I wish I could race in real life, and then you look at their sim rig and it's like $50,000. It's like you could go like get a race car.
Yeah.
Like,
for that much.
What are you doing?
Like you could have actually done this. Now here's a real question. The racing at Dave & Buster's. I mean, that's pretty accurate. No?
No.
I mean,
what one?
No.
there's a few.
Yeah.
You don't get turtle shells?
But you know which
in
one?
NASCAR?
You talking like the one where they have.
You do. It's called oil coming out the back of your car.
They got like, the NASCAR one that's like specifically NASCAR, and you can race all your buddies, and there's like 10 or 15 of them in a row.
Yeah.
Not accurate?
I haven't.
Because
played
I
that
like,
one, but
I don't know. I wasted a few swipes on that, and I came out of there thinking I might have a chance. But you're saying no.
I don't think so.
All right. Well, we still love a good Dave & Buster's day.
Yeah.
Just putting that out
I
there.
mean, you could just put that on your resume.
Yeah.
And try.
Dave & Buster's professional driver.
Yeah.
And the follow-up to that was, do you have anyone that inspires you or that you look up to, favorite racers, anything like that?
So the cool thing about trucks in Xfinity is that all the Cup guys come and run them anyway. And they actually had to put a rule where like Cup guys can only run a certain amount, because there was like 10 years ago where Cup guys would run full-time. They would run full-time trucks, Xfinity, and Cup on the weekend. They would run all three every single weekend and win the championship in like all three.
Yeah.
So they used to kind of like, we used to call them leeches, because like they would just come down there and just whip everybody's butts because like the Cup guys. But so like my favorite driver is Kyle Busch, and I've raced with him a couple of times this year. So it's weird because it's like you look up to these guys, but now like you're out there and you're like, no, like that's not some random 40-year-old guy in front of me. That's literally like Kyle Busch, or that's literally Larson. I can't think of who else I've raced against. Kyle Busch and Larson are the two big ones. So
that's awesome.
That's how I feel when I go to Gillette. Continue, good.
Nope. Pause for a second. I'm going to need you to finish that.
You're heroes, but competing them, playing football against those guys, throwing Tom passes, and
You're telling me you compete with Tom Brady?
yeah,
When did that ever happen?
right here, right up top, right up top.
Okay.
He's a little tap, this guy. Little tap.
My
Little-
heart just
little
stopped
CTE
beating from the intro.
I was confused for a second. So I was like, try not to react to it.
That's what I did for you.
Throw a couple things in there. Hopefully,
And
they
this is
stick.
why you have to cut your friends off at the tailgate a little early so that they're not full blown thinking that they're the quarterback of the opposite team in the middle of the
Be
game.
shocked what I can do with the big skin.
Yeah.
Awesome. All right, we're going to get into the So New England segment now. Can you rank in order your favorite New England states? 1 through 6.
1 through 6. My least favorite.
We're going to start with 6.
All right.
Least favorite, if
least
that's where you're
favorite.
going with it.
Probably Massachusetts.
Ooh.
Just because
I don't know if Massachusetts has ever been in 6th place before on our
and I'm gonna
list.
say why is because
Hot take, give it.
I've had to pick up a lot of people from the airport. So there's why.
And you just don't do Logan. You're tired of it.
Nope.
That's hilarious. Okay, number 5.
Connecticut.
Massachusetts below Connecticut is probably the hottest take this podcast has ever seen.
Because listen, every time one thing I forgot to mention is I hate to fly. So I drive to all these races.
Really? A NASCAR guy doesn't like to fly. He prefers to drive. I would have never thought that.
I'll be driving back from North Carolina and it's like, oh, we're only 3 hours from home. And then I get to Connecticut and then it's worse than New York for some reason. And it's
Still 3 hours to get home.
Yeah. It's like, oh, wait, it says 2 hours and then 2 hours go by. It says an hour and a half.
Yeah. Somehow I'm still only in New Haven right now with another hour and a half to go. That's hilarious. Okay, 4.
Guess New Hampshire, get crashed all the time there.
It's New Hampshire. It's not user error.
Yeah.
And then 3, 2, 1.
Probably Rhode Island.
At 3.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yep. It's mainly because
you grew up in West Greenwich, and
there ain't
shit to do out there.
In New Hampshire, New Hampshire would actually be my number 1, but I had to put it back there mainly because of just the crashing. So
something about those roads.
And I guess I don't know. Now we have 2 left.
Yeah, you got Maine and you have Vermont. So what's going to be 1, Vermont or Maine?
Man, I haven't even been to Vermont.
Vermont should be at number 6 then.
Well, I guess really hates Logan Airport.
Yeah.
Right. Well, they're going to do you a favor. We're going to move that back. You've never been to Vermont, so they have to be 6, and then we'll put Massachusetts at 5, and then we'll put Connecticut at 4.
So where's that put? Now I'm lost.
Okay, now so technically speaking, the only one left would be Maine.
Yeah.
All right. So Maine number 1, Rhode Island 2.
Yep.
New Hampshire 3.
Yep.
All right, cool.
That's a
good list you have there.
Hey, listen, the first thing I thought of when you list the states, the first thing that came to my head was just Boston traffic.
Yeah. Boston traffic.
I've gotten stuck in the tunnel with 20 miles left of gas.
Oh man.
My friend, because I dropped my friend off and he gave me his car and he's like, I'm like, it says 50 miles. Oh, it says that. It's really 100. Well, I start driving away after I drop him off and it just starts dropping and it says 23 and I'm stuck. And I'm like, oh my God. And I had to go pee. That would have been
you didn't have to pee when you drive. Look at
it's
that.
Different.
Only
that would have
a
been
regular car.
That would have been the second time if I peed in his car because it happened one time. I'm just gonna be honest. Getting stuck in the Boston
I've got
tunnel.
a lot of questions because all of a sudden you were like, oh, when you're driving, you don't have to pee. Now you're telling me you almost peed in your friend's car twice because of the Boston traffic in the tunnel.
Well, that's different. You're just sitting there with the car off because I'm over here putting the car in neutral, trying not to run out of gas.
Yeah. Oh, is that a real thing? Because I've done that before because I've heard about it, but I wasn't sure.
Yeah, I mean,
you understand cars much better
kind
than
of
I do,
in a street car, I guess. I mean, in a real race car, we just shut it off, put it in neutral, and then when we save gas, we shut it off. You put it in neutral, and then you just put it back in the gear and pop the clutch, and it turns right back on. But obviously, it's an automatic, so
a lot easier.
I put it into neutral. I don't know if it does much, and not like I can shut it off and roll and turn it back on. So, but yeah, I don't like the Boston tunnels.
That's hilarious. All right, here's another question, courtesy of our boy Vin over there, and he thought this would be pretty good. So this wasn't on our list, but if you could assign a sponsorship, like a decal, it could be like anything. It doesn't have to be like a particular brand, but like what would be the decal for the side of your car for each New England state?
Well, Massachusetts, I just like a sticker with a tunnel with, the brake lights.
Yeah.
Sponsored by Logan Airport.
Yeah.
Sponsored by Logan Airport.
Yeah.
A Logan Airport one.
Yeah. Connecticut. Man, I mean, I haven't done much in Connecticut besides drive through. Which the problem with Connecticut is there's always construction on 95.
So a traffic cone.
Yeah.
There we go.
Yeah, there you go. Yeah, I guess you're right. Traffic cone.
Connecticut gets a traffic cone on the side. Boston gets the tunnel.
New Hampshire gets like picture of a car crashing with like, the like superhero graphics where it says like boom, like just be like he crashed. So we did Rhode Island because I said Lighthouse.
Yep. Lighthouse for Rhode Island, Massachusetts. You got Maine and Vermont left. Your two favorite.
Maine and Vermont. Maine, I guess like snow. Because when I went to Maine, it's just like.
So just a completely all white car. With a little snowman,
or like,
maybe.
Honestly, like
funky, huh?
Yeah.
when I raced in when I raced in Maine, it was Oxford, Maine. It's just like nothing.
Yeah.
But it's not like a bad nothing. I don't know how to explain it. Like when I went to Alabama, that was like a bad nothing. I don't know how to explain it. But this was just like more of like a nice nothing. If that makes sense.
Yeah.
Like,
A peaceful nothing.
yeah. So I guess, I just picture like a snowy field and like the one random hotel in the corner.
This is great.
Um,
And Vermont?
Vermont.
There would be no car because he's never been.
Yeah. So I guess that,
We're going to help you out here. We're going to put Ben and Jerry's on the side.
yeah, there you go. There you go. Ben and Jerry's, come sponsor. Sponsor my trip to Vermont.
There you go. All right. If you could add another city, state, or country or town to New England, who would you add? You're pretty well traveled now.
Yeah.
Obviously, it's not Alabama.
No. This is, and definitely not Iowa. That was probably my least favorite state I've been to.
Okay.
Just boring. And every time there's a thunderstorm, you hide in the basement because you never know when a tornado's coming.
That's fair.
What is it? So you're saying if I could add something onto New England is what you're saying?
Yep. They come and join the 6 beautiful states here.
Well, I
it could be
guess-
a city, state, country, whatever you want it to be.
Charlotte, North Carolina. Just,
All right. Look at that.
I mean, everything I do racing wise is North Carolina. So like when someone gets hurt, for example, and I
Yeah.
find out, usually it's like Monday, like, hey, you're going to be driving this car. Well, then I have to drive from here because I throw up on planes. So that's why I don't like to fly.
Okay. Time out. You are an interesting individual. So when I asked you about the driving, you were like, oh, the G-forces are unbearable. And it makes you, people don't understand and it's like difficult. You can do it, no problem. So you can, for 3.5 hours, not pee your pants, get crazy G-forces at 250 miles an hour at a 36-degree angle, but you can't fly because it makes you sick?
Yeah, it's like,
Are you pulling my chain right now?
no, I swear.
How does that happen?
Because I just think that,
Tyler, what the fuck?
I think that like when you're on the plane, like you don't see the movement, but you feel it. I think that's what makes me sick.
Interesting.
If that makes sense. Do you get what I'm saying?
No, that
Like,
makes
about
perfect sense because we go to the Patriots game and we take the train whenever we go. Usually when we go up, we'll take the train. And I always, for some reason, end up getting screwed where my back is turned and I can't look out the window because everything's going the
I
opposite
have to
direction.
have a window seat on
And
the plane.
I'm
the opposite.
I'm so used to feeling
wild.
my visually seeing it. So when you start to see yourself going backwards, after a while, it kind of messes
Do
with
that
you.
or all the food in the buffets.
We did eat quite a bit.
Yeah, I have to sit window seat on a plane to have a chance.
Oh, see, I'm the other way.
This
I
is like this is a
I
hot
can't
take.
look out the
To have a
eye.
chance.
Yeah.
Usually it don't go.
And this is like every time you get sick every time.
Yep.
Holy
And it's
smokes.
just- I don't know. It's just it's really annoying because
Motion sickness.
So for Talladega,
I wonder if the plane was just turning sideways the whole way, if you'd be fine.
I mean,
If they found a way
if
to
it,
just
if
have
it
the plane
flew
at a
like 20
36-degree
feet
angle.
and 20 feet off the ground, so I
Yeah.
could see, and I was driving it. But maybe that's probably what it comes down to. I mean, there's
Yeah.
plenty of guys that I race with who like I'm friends with and be like, because in North Carolina there's Carowinds and amusement park, and they don't want to go on roller coasters because they
Yeah.
get sick. I think it's like a control thing. I think like some guys, if you're driving,
Like some
it-
people get sick when they're, in the passenger seat, but if they're driving,
yeah,
they're fine.
like sometimes my friends get sick on boats, but
What the
then
hell are
they'll
you pointing at me
drive them.
for?
I
I have vertigo, so I can't do roller coasters anymore. But
Really?
I love roller coasters. I
He's
just
like,
can't. I get the
yeah,
spins like you
never
wouldn't
mind.
believe.
Yeah, but
Oh, you're talking because you said the control thing.
No,
Is that
I
what
was
this is?
no, that was way before that. But
I don't
if
understand what you're saying.
if the
Clip
boot
this.
fits,
Anyways, okay. Charlotte, North Carolina is what you're asking.
Yes.
Adding, excuse me.
Charlotte.
Charlotte, North Carolina.
What's the speedway right there? That sounds dumb. Is it Charlotte Motor Speedway?
yeah.
Okay, that's what I thought.
Even
Well-
I knew that.
Well, no, because I got it confused. Isn't there another? No, I'm thinking of Bank of America Stadium.
Aren't you from the Carolinas?
No, Concord's near. No, I lived in South and North Carolina growing up from the
Mhm.
ages of like 4 to 13, and I only lived in Concord, North Carolina for about a year.
Big Carolina guy doesn't know it's Charlotte, North Carolina.
It's
don't know
Concord.
what's-
It's different.
Okay.
It's like West Greenwich to
To be
Coventry.
fair, it used to be called Lowe's Motor Speedway.
Oh, that's what
thank
it
you.
was.
Thank
Yeah. What
you.
a load of fucking shit. What a load of
Son
shit.
of a bitch.
Do you have a favorite movie that's based out of New England?
Mm,
You're driving. You don't take a plane. You don't get to watch any friggin' movies.
no, but I like Family Guy. and
All right. Well, let me
that's
ask
what
you
I
this:
like.
what is the worst? What is the worst state to drive in New England?
Ooh. Let's just forget about the Boston Tunnel thing because, like, that's like, I mean, honestly, maybe it's temporarily, but it feels like Rhode Island because
Yes.
of this whole bridge situation.
This is true.
And
Oh yeah.
I-95, Rhode Island's so small that because of that bridge, it just like radiates through the whole state. I swear. Like,
This is so true.
and then you get traffic. The second you clear that bridge, it's like,
Wide
Yeah,
open. And
wide
you're thinking
open.
to yourself, why was this an issue?
Yeah.
These were 3 moving lanes.
well, that's what
We can't zipper to save our lives.
I don't get it, because we go, like you said, you go over there and you think there's a lane closed, but there's like extra lanes over there, and it's
Right.
I think people get scared because like it's so like tight over there with the wall or
It
something.
doesn't make a lot of sense because even when the bridge was open, it was only 3 lanes wide to begin with.
Yeah.
And now you still have 3 lanes. They're just very tight. But
Yeah.
they gave all the trucks a detour. There's
Yeah.
no trucks on it. It's just cars. I mean, or at least no 18-wheelers, I believe.
Maybe people think that it's going to be harder than it is, so they have their mandatory, like, slam on the brakes and stack the whole line. That's
They
what it
get-
starts.
Well, the
when people
problem
just
is
slam on the brakes.
no one wants to get stuck in the traffic. So the dump off from the 195 merger coming from south and north, when they come in, the south bend has an extra lane. So by the time it gets to 3, that lane refuses to get over earlier. Everyone wants to be the last person to get in front. And you know what happens? That guy causes the traffic and he wants to get off in East Providence. So now in a no changing lane zone, because those 3 lanes are solid lines,
everybody
you're not
changes
allowed to,
lanes.
you're not supposed to change lanes then. You're supposed to do it earlier when you have hundreds of yards to do it. And then they just cause traffic. They don't zipper properly. And then they go across 3 lanes to get to the
So
East
then they
Providence
put up
exit.
3 walls. Now I've caused more traffic.
Yeah, right.
Maybe
That would be wild.
that's not a good idea.
That'd be wild.
Yeah,
It is the
I would-
traffic.
And
state.
who,
It's
so, all
terrible.
right. So, worst state to drive in, Rhode Island. Worst drivers in New England.
Oh, I mean, this is good. Okay. It's hard to say because honestly, it's weird. The second you get to New England, it feels like it's all the same. Like it just
We're all bad drivers.
yeah. It just feels like the same vibe of just like angry, over the top. Just everybody's mad. Nobody knows where they are on the highway. Just traffic
what
cones
state-
everywhere.
So, all right,
Potholes.
what state would probably be the best, like NASCAR? Like, if we had NASCAR teams, like Vermont NASCAR team, Maine, like, who do you think would win?
Ooh. Oh, based on you're saying like based
Based on the
driver.
state, like if the state was like its own team, which is like congregating together all of the drivers.
I mean, I guess I don't know. It's hard to tell. Like I've raced with some New Englanders, and a lot of them are like weapons to race around. What is it? I guess usually, so like on the American Canadian tour, like a lot of like the good guys come from like Vermont and like Maine and New Hampshire, kind of. And then usually the wrecking balls come from over here. So.
No making balls.
There's a
You
title for
gotta
that.
choose one.
The best one I think it would be like Maine.
Wow.
Just based on like, if I could say Canada, I would, because that's where all the best drivers come from, actually, that come over here. But I would say,
Canada, eh?
yeah.
Don't they drive on the left side? I'm kidding. I'm kidding. Okay, so worst place to drive, worst state, Rhode Island. Worst drivers, all of us. Best NASCAR team to ever come out of New England, hypothetically speaking, would be the state of Maine.
Yep.
We'll see what the internet thinks of that.
Probably not going to agree with me. I'm just going based
Well,
off
you're
of
a
the
NASCAR
guys I
driver,
raced
so I
with.
have to agree with you.
Yeah. Come on.
You're
I'm
gonna
just
have
going
that-
based off the people I've raced with.
Yeah.
Like I noticed guys from Maine are like the good ones, and guys from Connecticut and Mass are the ones
That's
that just
all right.
crash me.
Yeah. You're gonna get all the comments of the guys who don't even commute or drive like 2 minutes to their local Dunkin' every morning. They're gonna be like, Rhode Island's the best. Yep, those guys. Those are the best drivers around.
Okay. How about a New England food that you think is like the best? It represents
Oh.
New England to the fullest extent.
So what I like to eat or what I think would represent New England?
What do you think would represent New England the best?
Clam chowder?
Ooh,
Chowder.
clam chowder.
Yeah.
Something to not eat before you get into your NASCAR. Is there a filtration system if you have gas inside of your NASCAR?
Like you have to go to the bathroom?
No, I mean, you just let out a little bit of fumes yourself.
I mean, I think it just gets burnt because the air is so hot.
I can't imagine a clam chowder fart inside of a NASCAR. Could you
That would
imagine
be
that?
so bad. Oh man.
All right, let's go back to the movie things. Do you have a favorite like racing movie at all? Is there any movie where you're like, that's about racing? You're like, hell yeah. And it doesn't have to be NASCAR. Like obviously there's really only Talladega Nights for that. But I'm saying like any street racing or anything that has like cars in it that you're like, hell yeah.
no, I've never been really a big movie guy.
All right. So Fast and Furious is what you're saying. That's
Yeah,
what I'm
sure.
hearing.
No, let's just say that.
Throw some respect on cars. There's 3 of them.
Oh, cars? There you
Lightning
go. That
McQueen.
might be actually the best representation.
Lightning McQueen is for real, damn it.
I forgot all about that, honestly.
Oh my god.
All right. Favorite New England season?
Summer?
Yeah, you're a
Hate-
summer guy.
Hate the winter. Like this is my worst like month ever is November. Just
Really?
hate it. It's just like I'd rather be in February because it's not winter, but it almost is, and it's like, ooh, it's almost here. It's dark out at 4. Well, we get a little warm during the day, but then the sun goes away.
That's hilarious.
Yeah, so, I hate November.
Okay, last question for you. If you could describe New England in like a single sentence for any of your NASCAR buddies, you got all your North Carolina folks coming up to come and race with you at the New Hampshire Motor Speedway. And they're like, Tyler, what is it like up in New England? What's the one thing you're going to tell them?
Cold. But yeah, that's something
I think you're hyper fixated on the winter thing.
I don't
now
know.
it's fucking cold.
The accent, the cold, obviously, because that is a big factor.
Be prepared for cold weather, strong accents, shitty roads,
Yes.
lots of traffic.
Lots of traffic.
No apparent reason traffic.
Pretty homes. I will say when you go down south, all the houses look exactly the same, especially Florida.
They're just like cookie cutter.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I guess
But
a
up
lot
here,
of culture.
We
Like,
have
a lot of diversity, I feel like. There's a lot of like culture. Like everything kind of looks different. Like the houses are kind of prettier.
they all have
Yeah.
mold.
It's
but
good
they're
scenic.
very nice.
And the falls are
It's good
pretty.
mold.
So I guess there's like for tourists. Oh, and the beaches in Rhode Island, I guess, are pretty nice.
Yeah. Look at you go, huh?
A little
So there you
melting
go. So
pot
there you go.
action.
Nice
The
thing.
beach,
Melting
hell
pot.
yeah.
We are multicultural. We've
Hell
got a
yeah.
lot of different options for our homes. We've got beautiful beaches,
Hell yeah.
lots of potholes,
Yep.
pretty cold, and a strong accent.
How you
Yeah.
darn?
There you
Yeah,
go.
That's honestly it.
I
Hell
love
yeah.
it. Tyler, where can everybody find you online? And if there's anybody that's interested in sponsorship, how do they get a hold of you?
Yeah, so just basically all my social medias are just at Tyler Tomassi for Instagram and X. My TikTok is Tyler TT Tomassi. If you just search Tyler Tomassi, you'll run into my hacked account that I cannot get back.
Oh, geez, we hate
ignore
that.
all the TikTok shop ads on there. I do not endorse any of it. But for sponsorship stuff, you can just either email me at tylertomassi@gmail.com or just DM me. You don't have to like send some formal message or anything like that. You can just DM me on Instagram or X, or you can text me, which I'll have all my number and stuff in the email stuff. So
Awesome. And anything specific race-wise coming up that people should be on the lookout for, or anywhere where they can watch, like, do you have like highlight tapes and stuff people can see?
yeah, I mean, so I'm trying to work on getting my YouTube channel back going, which would be, I have it Tyler Matthew Tomassi.
Okay.
So make it very easy for people to remember
Yeah,
stuff.
yeah.
Maybe
Awesome.
some guys have like 50 different names, but I have for like mainly highlights and like race recaps, honestly, my Instagram or Facebook, which Facebook is Tyler Tomassi Racing.
Awesome.
So, so we usually post like recaps. Sometimes we'll have a video photographer. Like we had a really cool one for New Hampshire.
Nice.
So,
yeah, I saw some of those videos.
yeah.
Looked really cool.
So yeah, that's basically where you can find everything.
Awesome.
Nice.
And any races coming up to for them to look out for? They can maybe come and participate. You're going to be popping up over at Seekonk at all sometime soon? Or?
Sometimes I go and watch at Seekonk, but
Gotcha.
honestly, not really any racing stuff. So we have Daytona that we're more than likely running, which would be in February. That's a season opener, which would be the biggest race. So that would be pretty cool. But right now we're working on our 2026 plans. We're trying to do some Xfinity truck stuff. Just like I said, it's just the sponsorship side. So
Gotcha.
anybody wants to sponsor or got anything, come on board. And we basically have anything open. Like we can go wherever a sponsor wants. If they're like, we want to absolutely run Indianapolis, we can go there. If they want to run here, we can go there. So we're open to basically anything.
Awesome. I love that. Guys, please sponsor him so he doesn't have a card that just has snowflakes on it for Maine. Let's put something nice on the side of it. All right, Todd, thank you so much for taking the time to come on with the So New England podcast. Ladies and gentlemen, that is going to conclude episode 64 of the So New England podcast. Please remember, folks, life's better in New England. I want to go fast.
Red Sox crack and the Celtics